Analysis video, ZvZ. When to cancel Roach Speed in Roach vs. Roach. Roach vs. Roach is a scenario where it can be difficult to discern what edges you can take, since both yourself and the opponent are making roaches the primary unit. In this game, on Frost, we open with the exact same opener, hatch gas pool, so neither person has a distinct edge yet. We both take a third expanding away from each other, which is also pretty normal if you plan to go into a macro game. Ling Speed first 100 gas, same for both players. Bane nest next 50 gas, same for both players. And then a third hatch, and a third hatch. This one's shooting an Overlord, that's a nice move. And here, we both have about 25 to 26 drones apiece. We both have 2 to 3 queens each. I actually have a queen lead right now, which means I'll have a slight advantage of creep, and the queen is a pretty sturdy piece in Ling Bane exchanges. The edge that I have at the moment that's the most clear is defender's advantage. The opponent is creating a conflict on my side of the map, which means my Lings and Banes will be coming out sooner than the opponent's. So I take some pretty good trades with the Banes, would be my vision. The Banes are hotkeyed separately from the Lings. It really helps micro those units independently. Unfortunate losing that queen. Anytime you lose a queen, you want to make it immediately. And the opponent took a pretty small drone lead after that. And we're both going into Roach. Very, very standard type of game for ZvZ. Usually it's a stepwise process. Some Ling Bane exchange, some Roach exchange, and then eventually Ravager or Hydra or Muta or something like that. So I saw the front of the opponent. Let's look at my vision. I see a Roach and an Evo and a Spine. This Spine is an expenditure that I don't have to make because I have a Roach Warren. I can make my own Roaches if I need to. So that's effectively 150 minerals of economy advantage that I have. In Roach vs. Roach, usually you can drone 3 bases of mineral with about 3 to 4 gases. If the opponent has a third base and they're making Roach, you'll be able to make Roaches in time. So I figured the opponent has an earlier Evo chamber than me, so I won't be able to have +1 attack or +2 attack before them. But I can have 1-1 before they have 1-1, and I can have 2-2 before they can have 2-2. So I went for double Evo. I have my lair on the way. The opponent has 11 Roaches to my 0, so that's a very clear advantage. And they have 2 base saturation. Not even 2 base saturation when they're going for this attack. So I had Roach Speed researching, and then I cancelled it. The reason I cancelled it is because I don't have enough Roaches to match this roach count. I can eventually overwhelm them with Roaches, but since I'm on creep, I don't actually need a speed upgrade. I just need enough Roach volume to answer this volume. So this would be sort of an ideal scenario to cancel Roach Speed and just make that 4 more Roaches worth of gas. Each Roach is 25 gas, so if you're taking an upgrade or taking Roach Speed, that's effectively something that's going to pay off once the upgrade is finished, but it's not going to help you in the immediate term when you're being attacked. So I successfully defended, and the reason that I'm not making Roaches immediately is because I don't have Roach Speed. I won't have it for a while, which means I won't be able to retreat. If I go across the map, even if I start with more Roaches, if the opponent has Roach Speed, they can start to whittle down my Roach count and then chase me back home with Roach Speed. So I'm opting for letting the upgrades finish, letting Roach Speed finish, and droning up to 3 base saturation with 5 gases. Having your saturation pretty pristine is surprisingly important in StarCraft. 16 workers on minerals every time. Knowing how many gases you need for the type of units you're making, like Roaches are a little bit more mineral than gas, so on 3 bases, I'm going for a little bit more mineral income than gas income. If you were only running 1 Evo, you wouldn't be able to afford a Sorry, if you were running 1 Evo, you would only need 4 gases, not 5 gases. So here, the opponent's going for a Roach Ling Ravager attack. So thinking about this composition, they have a more high DPS unit here with the Ravager. The Lings are almost totally worthless though for them. The Lings have no upgrades since they're going single Evo for ranged attack. And my Roaches have almost 1-1. It'll kick in pretty soon. As soon as this Roach buffer dies, the Ravagers are really easy to pick off. So you could say for this opponent, if they're going for Ravagers, they want to wait until they know that they have enough Roaches to tank for their Ravagers. Ravagers are kind of like Hydras, in that they're higher DPS and they should never be on your front line. Roach versus Roach. 1-1 beating +1 attack.